aiming to accelerate the efficient adoption and application of emerging technologies in Africa. And we are particularly happy with this AUGA and APET partnering, and we assure you of our full commitment to unite our efforts to make the emerging technologies the spearhead of a controlled and sustainable development in Africa. So this meeting, APET held on 4 days, is mainly focused on the role of emerging technologies in health and the strategies for an efficient and wise implementation in Africa. Challenges in health are continuously tackling the efforts of development in African countries, and many call for a more evidence-based, as you said, Dr. Elia Zulu. Evidence-based is what should be at the core of any systemic decision-making process, and very important to highlight that. And here, especially with respect to the complex and drastic threat to the future. We have had COVID, and now we have other threats in Africa, so we need to have evidence-based points. So emerging technologies as genomic technologies, artificial intelligence, blockchain, drones, and next generation battery that we are promoting in Africa have a great potential to improve and speed up inclusively health solutions. These technologies will resolutely revolutionize capabilities and strategies to achieve rapidly and efficiently our common goals. So we have to keep in mind that because it's novelty, emerging technologies are very challenging in terms of training, building adequate infrastructure, research on local content, and thus for new policies for entrepreneurship, for regulation, communication, and awareness. Fortunately, many of these emerging technologies, like AI, like blockchain, have started to be marketed and utilized by consumers and mainly by young Africans. And I return the words of Dr. Michingati. We have all noticed that young Africans are not waiting for the elaboration of policies to seize technological innovation in Africa, like AI, drones, IoT. We have seen in all the countries, many countries in Africa, in Senegal, South Africa, in Kenya, in Ghana, many startups which are based on these emerging technologies and applied in health, mainly during the COVID, applied in agriculture, applied in energy also. So there is a movement. We are not working on scratch. There is something which is already there. And we have to amplify just this movement. These young people are often in advance, taking over, absorbing, as you said, Dr. Mishingati, they are absorbing easily innovation and creating new models that meet the needs of their societies. And it's important to listen to them. They have a lot of ideas to share, and you have seen that. During our meeting in Seychelles, we have invited many young leaders in emerging technologies. And those leaders were managing around 1,000 or 5,000 startups. And the message they gave to us was astonishing. And I was very impressed by the dynamism of those young people in Africa. They were coming from Nigeria, coming from Ghana, coming from South Africa, and Kenya, Senegal, and it was so impressive. So there is something which is moving already in Africa. So we have just to push the movement, to encourage them, and give them conditions, an environment which is enabling to develop their activities. So we have during this 4 days meeting the opportunity to review thoroughly the important monograph presented by APET aimed at strengthening health system in Africa through application of emerging technologies. So we have also the chance to share our knowledge and experience and define the roadmap that will pave the way for adoption and implementation of emerging technology in the health sector of Africa. And as part of the implementation, we have to discuss the strategies for mobilization of human, technical, and financial resources, communication and advocacy, along with relevant policies on regulation. So let us seize this moment for purpose and ambition. Let us harness the power of emerging technologies to build a greater, a brighter, and more prosperous Africa for all. So thank you for your attention.